Welcome everyone, SirGuano MoldyCheese, welcoming you on another walk through Northeast Minneapolis. It's a beautiful day today, and I was thinking between the Tertulia video, the Art-A-Whirl videos, and the Highway Wars videos, I have not done a walking video for 2 months now. So today's a perfect day to just go for a walk. Don't know where we're going. We are currently in Logan Park, and we're just gonna walk through Northeast and see what we see. Join me. Gotta visit my wife's bench every once in a while. I always make sure it's there, make sure it hasn't been damaged in any way. Kids are enjoying the pool, but I don't want to film them because I want to maintain their privacy, so I am pointing the camera away from the pool. And also the swings and jungle gyms are full of kids right now, so I will avoid filming them there too. Park is all nice and green now. Trees are giving out nice shade. Beautiful, beautiful summer day here in Northeast Minneapolis. People are enjoying basketball, tennis. No one's using the baseball field. Nobody's using the baseball field, but it looks like there's some kind of family party or something going on at the pavilion. Let's see, left or right? We could do like the fifth Doctor, Doctor Who. He would flip a coin and do whatever the opposite of what the coin told him to do. So that was always a moment I would laugh at with the fifth Doctor. Well, wait for traffic and cross the street. Here we go. So that gas station was, for the longest time, it was a Super America, and then Super America got bought out by Speedway. And it was a Speedway for a while, but then they took down the sign, and I have no idea what it's called now. This place here, Callie's Vietnamese Restaurant, not named after my dog, Callie. And the dog is not named after the restaurant, but years ago, back in the late 70s, you can still see the old sign there that never got filled, but that sign used to say Winchell Donuts. I don't know if any of my older viewers remember Winchell Donuts, but that used to be a Winchell Donuts. And this place here, the Children's Dental Services, they expanded it a couple years ago, but for the longest time it was about half the size that it is now. And it was originally a 7-Eleven. When 7-Eleven left the Twin Cities market, and I believe they left the entire Minnesota market, and all their locations were purchased by Super America. Most of the former 7-Eleven locations became Super Americas, but that one did not. That one was just shut down. It was vacant for a few years, and then the Children's Dental Services took over, and they've had it for the last 30, 40 years. I miss 7-Eleven. I know that 7-Eleven now owns Speedway, so technically we have 7-Elevens here. They're just called Speedway, but I don't know. There's just something about that 7-Elevens when it says 7-Eleven on the sign. I miss that. Whenever I travel out of state, especially when I go to Florida, I always want to frequent a 7-Eleven for old time's sake. I don't know if those are weeds or not, but I like them. One man's weeds are another man's flower, I guess. I mean, who really decides what a weed is? You could say if it's not purposely planted, it's a weed. But I don't know if that's a good definition for a weed, because before flowers and plants were domesticated, they all grew wild. So I don't know, that might be a good assignment for my viewers. Somebody Google or research what makes a weed, and a wanted plant a wanted plant. This building in front of us is Webster Elementary, which we've seen in a previous video, but we saw it from the other side. So eventually, when you make enough videos, you can piece them all together and see all four sides of the building. Let's see, this is St. Anthony Park over on our left. So let's head towards there. Looks like somebody set up a hammock in the park. Don't know if that person is just relaxing or if it's a homeless person, but all right, here we go. St. Anthony Park. It looks like that person in the hammock just set it up to relax in the park. He's got his bike over near the hammock, so there's the backside of Webster Elementary. So now we've seen the back, which would be the east side. We've seen the north side. I believe we've seen the south side before, so only thing left to see is the west side. I was walking through this park once. This was about 3, 4, 5 years ago. And, just a really random moment. There was a lady sitting over here at this picnic table. Right there, at that picnic table there. Or actually, I think she was at this one. Yeah, she was at this picnic table. And she was drinking mate from the gourd. You know, the traditional way of drinking mate. Anyway, that was kind of random. In hindsight, I should have approached her and struck up a conversation. That's a good way to strike up a conversation with a stranger. But I wasn't, what's the word? I wasn't as outgoing back then. That's not really the good word. Not that I wasn't outgoing. I was scared. Let's put it that way. I was scared. So all I did is I kind of got her attention, gave her the thumbs up for the mate, and went like this, like if I was sipping a mate, and then I went thumbs up. And she laughed, smiled, didn't laugh, she smirked, smiled, and kind of waved back, kind of tilted her mate towards me, but I was still too scared to approach her. Got some hoops. Ooh, let's go up the hill. Let's go up the hill. I mentioned this hill during one of my earlier videos when we passed by it when I was still iced over, covered in snow. Whew. I don't know though. I'm already getting winded just looking at it. Well, like I always say, let's go on I messed that one up. Like I always say, let's go on an adventure. Woo. Oh yeah. 2 things. My calves are really feeling this incline. But more importantly, my hey dudes are very slippery on this incline. I don't have very good traction. Okay, we made it. And now we will go into the wooded area. I remember I came this way once. I believe it was during the pandemic. And when I got to this point here, found a whole bunch of homeless people in tents, you know, making themselves at home to the park. I wasn't filming at the time, you know, it was before I had my YouTube video, my YouTube channel. But I'm sure if I came upon them today with my camera, that might not be too good. Not only for their privacy, but they may not appreciate it. All right, well, that was a fun little adventure. And now we are at the end of St. Anthony Park. I think if we turn down the street to the right, we will eventually make it to the river. So, looks like that's where our adventure will lead us today, to the river. This would be a perfect time for you to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. Every little bit helps. Thank you. Okay, nothing against her in particular, nothing against people that do that, but I find it ridiculous when people have carriages for their dogs. I mean, come on, take your dog out for a walk under his own power, let him walk, build some muscles. I don't know, I don't get it. Some people just, you know, the ones that treat their fur babies as if they were real human beings, I just don't get that. It's like, you know, no, I'll shut up. I don't want to get canceled. Coming up on, let's see, this is University Avenue. Just so you get your bearings if you know Northeast at all. We missed the light though. Ooh. That's cool. A little miniature motorcycle parade. Alright, no one coming from there. No one from here. Let's cross. This trip hazard has been here for years. I don't understand why the city doesn't replace that stretch of sidewalk. I've had them come by and replace my sidewalk because there was a crack in it. Of course I have to pay for it, but like, I don't understand something like that. That's a major trip hazard and they won't take care of it. Look at this tree stump. Oh, the plant in the way. There we go. Kind of looks like a Mickey Mouse. That's kind of cool. I wonder if they are Disney fans who appreciate that it looks like a hidden Mickey. This house has a nice garden on their boulevard and in their house. Rainville. This is the Ukrainian Community Center, I think it's called. Maybe it's just the Ukrainian Center, not sure. Looks like they're still doing work in this street. So behind these trees is E.F. Nelson Park, or the unnamed extension. to PF Nelson Park. But we won't be going that way today. Well, whatever work they're doing there must have to do with the sewers, because it reeks. We're gonna go down, we're gonna go on another adventure, off-trail adventure. I like the graffiti in this area. As I walk, I'll show you the graffiti. Oh, that one has a couple bad words on it. Oh, better watch where I'm going. I almost tripped there. One thing I like about graffiti is it develops over time. You know, like that little guy there, he's been there for years, but now somebody did something naughty on his hat. But, you know, I look at some of these graffiti and I can tell, you know, because I've seen them before, that they've been here for years, and then there's newer stuff on top of it. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it on that A. This doesn't let me zoom in. Maybe you can just walk up to it, but we have somebody drew. See it? Yeah, there he is. Bender from Futurama. We have the river down there. Oh, yeah. And somebody in a hammock down there too. But we're here to look at the graffiti. Whoa, I like that one. I don't know why. But that is cool. That is cool. I don't recall seeing this bright one before. It might be new. Although it is peeling already, so maybe not, but you can never make out the words, but it just, the design, I like the design. And now we are at the train bridge. I wonder if there's graffiti on the other side. Never been there. Let's see. No, not really. There's just a little tiny bit, but you really can't get to it, so. No graffiti. Should probably watch where I'm filming. Keep watching over my shoulder to make sure there isn't a train coming. I'm not deaf per se, but I do have a hard time hearing out of one ear. And sometimes when sounds come from that side, I don't hear them. All right, let's, oh, almost tripped over the railroads there. That's interesting. Looks like it's a door of some kind. That's weird. Wonder what's behind the door. I don't do much urban exploring, so I'm not gonna check it out. I'm just here for the graffiti. Well, thank you for joining me today on this little walk through Northeast Minneapolis. A random walk to nowhere. As always, look to the future, but remember the past.